Welcome to the live stream, everybody. Thank y'all again for joining us. Shout out to NTZ crew. Today I want everybody to put what city or country they're joining us from. I just want to get an idea of where our viewers are from. What's up, Jacob Tanjay? I hope Michael Beach of Life is on here. What's up, Jump Retarder? There he is, Ray. What's up, Ray? I love LaChawn. Roger. Okay, there's Beach of Life. Appreciate y'all, man. All my old heads says W Secrets of Success. Hey, Eric, congratulations, man, on getting that visa approved. Now you can come on here and tell us whether or not your wife ran off when you got over there. We'll give you 6 months. You can come on here and tell us the story. But I think you're going to be safe. Any new viewers and subscribers? What's up, Sheldon? Join us for the first time. Welcome. I mean that. A lot of my fourth quarter members on today. I appreciate y'all, man. Yeah, Sheldon, you got 30 days and a wake up. Anybody catching this on replay? Because I know a lot of people watching that NFL football is back. So we'll be stressing out over Shedeur Sanders and all that other foolishness. They want y'all to pretend like sports is very important. Meanwhile, the world is burning down around us. But they do that all the time. I watched some guy was talking about his movie role the other day. I can't think of this guy's name. I'm thinking, dude, it's not important. Okay, they want you to stay distracted. Nobody cares how hard it was of you playing that role and what it took and all of that. That's personal. But don't make me think that it's supposed to be important. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, Eric. But no, congratulations for real, man. But I told you it wasn't going to take no 5 years. I've been through that before. You know, I ain't going to tell you nothing I don't know anything about. But, you know, I did have some bad news, man. My son's uncle died. Well, he didn't die. He was involved in a bus accident over here. 43 years young, man. Father to, you know, the leader of their family, you know, second in command to the father, you know, that lived up there in those mountains. I took y'all up there in Lanus, Cebu, high above Naga City, man. He died last night. He was hit. He was on his motorcycle coming home. Because, you know, he's a construction worker in Cebu, so they get to come home on Saturday. And they get Saturday and Sunday off. Well, Saturday evening and Sunday off, man. He got ran over, man. I mean, I'm shocked, man. I knew this guy personally. And I know how it's going to devastate their family. They just got a small community up there in those mountains, man. They hardly ever even come down unless it's to work or something like that. Yeah, it's bad, man. I mean, I can't imagine what his parents are going through right now. His wife and his kids, his brothers, they all live right there. Remember I was talking to y'all about, we went up there and built 2 houses of the 4 houses we were going to build from Hurricane Odette. I was just talking about that on my video yesterday. And I'll be damned, I'm asleep. Woke up out of my sleep. Then my brothers died. I'm like, what? Guys, look, when you over here, man, all you guys, you want to ride on these motorcycles and stuff like that, I've told you over and over, and other vloggers have told you over and over how dangerous the roads are over here. The driving is different over here. I mean, you're literally putting your life in your hands. You just think, oh, it's not going to happen to me until it happens to you. And it hurts me because I know how much he meant to his family, man. I know how close they are, man. And now it's so bad, you know, my son and them, they're coming over. So I get to see my son. I'm going to go up there, you know, once the arrangements is made and everything, man. Because, you know, like I said, That's my family for real. Yeah, it's sad, man. And then see, here's the thing about Facebook that makes me so mad. Everybody wants clicks and views, so I'm just on my regular Facebook, and some guy has got it on his reel. He's on another bus, and he rides right by the man and got the camera, shows everything. The motorcycle laying on top of him, he's laying back. I'm like, I was starting to say, look, dude, take that down. This man got a wife and kids and a whole family. But everybody wants clicks and views, man. I don't know. There's been a lot of death around me lately, man. That's why I'm going to live. I don't care about nobody else. But the peso is 61.45. I don't really even pay attention to this peso anymore, for real. Not that now that the war is on, it's being manipulated. Everything's a lie right now. We're living in some fucked up times, guys. I'm telling you right now. Okay, you can't believe nothing. Only what's right in front of your face, and then hell. They say only believe half of that. But we're living in some messed up times, man. Corruption and greed is just right in your face. They're not even trying to hide it. You see what happened. I'm a Navy man. I was on a carrier, an aircraft carrier. I can't imagine being out 250 days in a row. We were out 73 days in a row off the coast of Lebanon, man, and like to went crazy. I mean, there's no port calls. You know, you got to understand, this is what makes being out to sea bearable. You know that in 30, 60 days, you're going to pull into someplace and, drink and relax and, empty your balls or whatever it is, rest. These people have been out there for 250 days. No underway replenishments because this cocksucker is got them right in the middle. If they go somewhere, there's no ships can even basically reach them to replenish their supplies, because I was in supply. I was in cargo when I was on the USS John F. Kennedy, and we would get underway replenishments. We were on an 8-month cruise, and I believe we did like 3 or 4 of them where you restock all your supplies. Well, hell, where they are, they're sitting ducks. They can't pull in any port. They're a sitting duck over there. But he keeps on lying. The president keeps lying to us. There ain't no problem. It's crazy, man. But yeah, being Navy and being experienced that, man, I could feel that. We were out 73 days, man. People were going crazy. So anybody following these guys, man, and supporting these guys, man, I'm sorry, man. I can't deal with you. The truth is out there. Yeah, see, this is what I'm saying. I don't give a damn. Unsubscribe. Stop watching me, man. There's nothing about this administration that's admirable. Okay? Yeah, I know. A lot of them over here are. They're going to go into hiding, but we don't want to talk about that today. We want to talk about some good stuff today. The best cities in the Philippines for expats. And here's one message I got for you guys. If you've never been to the Philippines before, or you've never come here to live long term or slow travel, don't try to reinvent the wheel, guys. Okay? Don't try to do it. Settle into one of these expat alley cities. And I've got an extra one 2 extra ones really, that I'm going to add to this list today. Because your mind and your body needs time to adjust to this new country, this new hemisphere, everything. Don't try to be no hero. Stop following these women into these small towns, into these provinces, guys. The way you start out in the Philippines, a lot of times is the way you're going to end up. All these horror stories you hear, these guys are fucked up in the beginning. If you coming from the West Man, ain't no reason for you to move straight to San Carlos City. I didn't move straight to San Carlos City. I lived in Cebu for 2 years before I ever even thought about going anywhere else. Okay? It's not about the congestion and the traffic and all that. It's about your physical and mental well-being. All right? You're going to have plenty of time to iron everything else out, guys. Don't reinvent the wheel. I'm going to start up top. I'm going to put Angeles City / Clark. I never mentioned Clark. I've only been to Clark one time. Maybe that's why, but Clark is a legitimate place. You fly into Clark, and then on the way to Angeles City. See, we went to Angeles City, but Clark is a legitimate place, man. You gotta have, listen, here's what you're looking for. You're looking for immigration. Make sure you move to a place with immigration. Listen to this. Because when you're new over here and you're trying to be fancy, look at some of these guys. Look at that one vlogger that lives in DePolk City. Look at the nightmare that he's been going through with his immigration and his passport. You don't have to do that. Okay? When you first get over here, you don't want to be traveling 2 hours and 3 hours to renew your visa. You want to be able to get up in the morning, get in a taxi or grab, and go and do that thing. Okay? If you don't want to listen, don't listen. The first time you got to do it and get on that bus and go 5 or 6 hours, them people who live in DePolk and all these places, what's that other, Leloy and all those places down there in Zamboanga del Norte, they're fucked, man. You don't want to put yourself through that. Okay, we don't need to be Superman, guys. Don't reinvent the wheel. Airport. You want to have an airport. If you don't know how frustrating it is when you don't have an airport in the city and you got to make a trip to make a trip. We were in Bacolod over the weekend. I'm pulling my hair out from being here in St. Carlos City. I love it here, but I'm a veteran, man. I can deal with it. I couldn't imagine being a new guy here, and I want to go to Vietnam. I want to go to Manila. I can't even fly right out of St. Carlos City to go to Manila. I've got to go to Bacolod, which is a slow 2.5 hour ride through the mountain. Dumaguete, which is 5 hours, a rattling 5 hours. You're going to be jumping up and down like this the whole time. Cebu, which is a ferry ride and a rattling bus ride, or Iloilo. Okay? But you want that airport, you want that immigration, you want the big malls, guys, okay? Me and Merlin was talking about this yesterday. We went, Friday night, because I got my days mixed up. We went to Starbucks, we're drinking coffee. She's drinking strawberry and cream frap. And after we said, hey, let's go to the mall and just kind of walk around, kick it around. Malls are more than just to go shopping here. They're places to hang out, drink coffee, do different things, shop. Okay, but it's like a meeting place, man. It means everything because wherever they got that big mall, they're going to have everything else. They're going to have everything else. What's up, Cisco? Yeah, they're going to have everything else. You want other expats. Okay, y'all can act silly if you want to. Tell me, oh, I didn't come here to be around expats. Okay. After listening to Bisaya and Ilongo and Tagalog, because you're not going to know how to speak it, you're going to get tired of that. And you're going to need to be around other expats. just to kick it. Excuse me, I'm plugging up my phone. The infrastructure that you're going to miss. He says, I never understand why people go straight to the province. I could never live there. Not initially. Or these municipalities, which is in between the small city and the province. Then you got the small cities like St. Carlos City. These are for veterans, guys. These aren't for new people. Get in these places and find out as much as you can about the Philippines. It makes your transition so much easier. But we try to be Superman. We try to be different. This is the problem. Don't reinvent the wheel. I've been here, man, on and off for 17 years. And almost 8 years in a row. In December be 8 years. And, man, I get frustrated here in San Carlos. Much as I love it, it's just, I don't have the big mall here. Don't have the airport here. It's just no immigration, man. I got to go, I just came back from immigration. This stuff makes a difference. But I'm going back to the infrastructure. Because people always talk about the food here, man. You guys are lying. Stop putting out that disinformation. You're not going to have a problem finding food places here to eat. You're not going to have a problem finding good food here in the Philippines to eat. That's a lie. They're doing that for content. That's bullshit. If you live in one of these expat alley cities, you're going to have plenty restaurants, plenty grocery stores, plenty markets where you can get the best cuts of meat and all of that. You're not going to have a problem. It's when you start moving outside of these urban cities that you're going to have the problem. And you're going to be complaining. He said, shout out from Chicago. I'm moving to Manila in November. Yeah, I love Chicago. No. Well, let's say this. It's not just, first of all, okay, he says, do you think Asian women overly idolize white men? You have to understand the world we live in. Black people. Who doesn't idolize white people? Okay, that's part of the indoctrination. That white is right. Okay, brown stick around, black stay back. What are you talking about? One of the first black millionaires made her money selling skin whitening products to black people, hair straightening products. We still do that shit now. I always talk about this all the time. It's not just Asian women, black men. We want white customers because we think they pay better. We want a white boss because we got confidence in him. We want white managers. Okay, don't lie. We spend all our money with white people. Okay? Don't put that on Filipinos. I told you I got a series coming up. I'm working on it. Filipinos who love black men. Okay, I think it has a lot to do with your personality, your character. But they sell a lot of whitening creams over here. You got to look at the history, man. Over here, the Spanish. It was just like in the slavery days. Blacks and Filipinos have a lot in common. Like I talked about in my video yesterday. The lighter you were, the more favor that was shown towards you during those colonization days, during those slavery days. And it transferred over into the community. It used to be, man, light skin was the right skin in the black community. My grandmother, man, see, I come from, the reason I'm as dark as I am is because of my father. My mother comes from a side of the family, man. My mother's grandfather was white. It was two white brothers. They were screwing all the black women up there in Waco, Kentucky. So my mother's mother, passed as white. That's how she was able to get a job in her day. He said, Butuan City, yeah, an airport, yeah, hospitals, yeah, you're getting ahead of me. But thanks for this anyway. 5 hospitals, 3 of them are private, 3 major malls, yeah, Visa Extension Center. It's a small city that packs a punch. This is an Expat Alley city. See, he reminded me. The hospitals, guys. Okay, if anything happens, you better have that hospital, okay? This, we had a traffic enforcer. May he rest in peace here. Great guy. He got hit last week and he was killed, but he didn't die right away. They, stabilized him at St. Carlos City Doctors Hospital. Then they had to take him to Bacala. That's precious time, man, that you lose. I don't know how he got there. Helicopter, whatever it was, he ended up dying, man. The road this is a traffic guy, you see the traffic guys, they still have that here in the Philippines. And I saw this guy every day. Hey, Sunshine Show. They all know me. And when Merlin told me that, man, my heart dropped. And then, this guy was a great guy, but we don't have a major hospital here. They're going to, if you want to check up, you want to get your prescriptions filled. Wait, guys. Hey, can somebody let Curly in, please? Hi, Curly. It's going to cost you, man. It could cost you your life. But yeah, we've got a decent regional hospital here. But it's got to have a hospital. Hey, what's up, Richie Rich? He said, everything you said so far is legit. Every single one of these is vital for someone coming here and having an easy transition. But for some reason, you see the pushback we get, Richie Rich, when we talk about this stuff. Oh, I'm moving to the province. I don't want to be around the city and all that. Look, we're telling you from experience. We're trying to help you make a smoother transition into a whole new culture, a whole new country. Y'all think it's easy. Well, go ahead. Buck the trend if you want to. This is one of the times where I say follow the followers. This is one of the only times where I say do what everybody else does. Any of these places right here, they're going to have everything that I talked about. Because you're going to get bored. You're going to want something to do. Just want to sit around all the time. But the airport, man, makes all the difference in the world. It's the reason why, man, you don't understand. Depending on where you are over here, the logistics will kick your butt. There's only like 71 airports in all the Philippines. So unless you get into one of these Expat Alley cities, you're going to have to ride that bus or that ferry. Man, it'll kick your butt, man. This is what runs people away. You move to Metro Manila, it's almost going to be like you're still at home. You're still in the West somewhere. I don't care what anybody tells you. No place is perfect, but, man, you get up there in those places, Clark, Angeles City, man. That's why those guys move there, and they stay there. And then as you get acclimated and try to assimilate into the Philippines, then you might step out a little bit and say, okay, I know what to do. I'm in pretty good shape. I know the people. I know, about what to expect. Until then, good luck. Good luck. Hey, what's up? I don't know. We're supposed to have Elena on here today. I don't know what happened to her. She was going to be my guest for a little while today, but I sent her the link. Maybe she doesn't know what to do. All she has to do is click on the linky, lad. It's going to bring you into the studio. Then I'll let you in. He said, I flew into Manila, then spent the week in BGC. Then did the guy type for another week. Then over to Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. Yeah, see, man, listen. Where I live in Cebu or Manila or one of these other places with these airports, I promise you, I'd be traveling more. It's tough on me, man, here. He said, what does it cost now, LeChan? I've never used it. I thought you was talking about LeChan. I bought a LeChan for $7,000. That's the thumbnail. Yeah, see, it has all of this check baggage because it used to be, I used to think, man, why the Philippines keep building all these malls? I'm like, who's buying all this stuff? But it really isn't about shopping for the average person. The business people are doing it for the rent, because you say, well, hell, nobody's going into these stores. They don't really care as long as you pay me that rent every month. I don't care how many people shop in your place. I wish you do get business so you can stay. But to the average person here, the mall is like an event. Wherever you got that big mall, man, you got everything else. Same with that airport. It's the same with that airport. You build that, they're going to come. Yeah, they got everything here, man, in these big cities. These people are lying to y'all. I'm not going to lie to you because I knew early on in my YouTube career, the Philippines was eventually going to open up. So imagine if I told y'all all the food is terrible here. Imagine if I'd have told you that. Then you come over here and you eat at a place, even in small St. Carl City like Malwani or Mr. C Outdoor Restaurant or the Palau Hotel, and you was like, Macau was lying, this food is pretty damn good. Or you go to Cebu and, La Lucha, Abaca Bake Shop, and just all the places, and even the Western places, Texas Roadhouse, Chili's, TGI Fridays, you name it. Denny's, you name it, and they got it here. But the Wi-Fi and all that, man, it's all together here. But let's just go down the list of some places. I put Angeles City, Clark, which you can put Subic Bay up there too. That's up there in that above like Metro Manila. And then as you come down to Metro Manila, any parts of Metro Manila, Paranaque, Makati, Cavite, General Reyes. He says we're considering Davao City or Cebu City. We like them both. You really can't go wrong. At least get your feet wet. Get settled, man. Let the dust settle, and then you make a decision. But where a lot of guys is messing up, okay, look at this. Look at Jim's Asian Adventure. And I like Jim. He made every mistake in the book, though. He moved straight to the province, built a house in the province, was miserable there. He was miserable there. I'm not picking on Jim. This is just clear examples I can give you of people doing the wrong thing. Had he moved to, because he liked Lapu-Lapu. Every time he made a video there, it seemed like he enjoyed himself. The gyms was there. The stuff he liked to do is there, guys. This is what I'm trying to tell you. The stuff that you like to do, the things that you're used to, they're in these cities. That's all I'm saying. All you really got to do, it's not a whole lot that you have to change when you move to those places. Metro Manila, man, I was wrong about Metro Manila because I knew nothing about Metro Manila. I was just in the city of Manila. And I said, I don't want anything to do with this. But I was even wrong about that. But certainly about Metro Manila, man, Metro Manila's all that, man. He said 1,500 definitely. You can get one for a lot less. Hit me up. I have connections in BGC. She'll help you find whatever you want. Yeah, just, the condominiums and the places to live. You ain't got time to be looking around. Even though they've got nice places here in St. Carlos City, they're very limited because this is a small place. You're going to get more for your money in these bigger cities. He said Mexicans and Filipinos have lots in common due to the Spanish colonization. That's why I can understand a bit of Cebuano. Well, a lot of the Filipino words, the languages, they have the roots in Spanish. The whole Tagalog language does. Oh, absolutely. But the thing about it is when he asked me, he says, are Filipinos overly infatuated with white men? I guess some of them are. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. The hospital's in there. He said, can you do a video where we can go try to learn? You don't need that. You can, man, there's so many. There's a young lady that gives lessons on YouTube. And then I think she offers tutoring up in Manila. He says, can you do a video where we can go to learn how to speak Tagalog language? She's got a whole channel surrounding that. It's not impossible, but the older you get, the more difficult it is to learn that language and be fluent in it. I learned enough just to be respectable. He said, if you live in a province area, good luck getting an ambulance there. Yeah, a real ambulance anyway. 80% of the ambulances over here are just transportation. There's nothing in there once they come and get you. You can look this up. Most of them are just an ambulance service, meaning transportation to the hospital. There's no, if you need oxygen or you need that, that thing for your heart, they're not going to have it. The thing is to take care of yourself. For some reason, I don't get it. What's up, Angelo? We don't do the obvious stuff. This is obvious stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Your life literally depends on it. It's in your own hands. Don't put it in the hands of somebody else. It begins and ends with you. We're lazy, man. We're mentally lazy. You can't drink Cokes all damn day, beer all day, eating slop sandwiches all day, don't exercise. You know this already. You're in your 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, and you still won't do it. I told you all the time, man, you can live in the damn hospital, they ain't going to help you. You don't know what your blood pressure is. You don't know what your cholesterol level is. You don't know nothing. He said, literally everything stands 100% true. It's extremely important to find a routine social circle or you lose your mind. But we seem to think, Dan Hilarious, that all we have to do is fly over here. And we can live anywhere in the Philippines we want because they speak English. That's not the point. Your mind, your body, and your spirit is going to need to adjust to what's going on over here. He says, before I went to the Philippines, I was set on BGC. I wouldn't be able to live there, though. No houses and apartments are way too tiny. Screw that. Yeah, but everything else about that place is what you need. I went, a friend, shout out to James, he's got a condo in BGC, and he took me to BGC. It's the first time I ever went to BGC in the daytime. And I was like, yeah, this is a whole lot better than what I expected. Man, BGC is big. It's got everything there. We ate at a Mexican restaurant. I can't think of the name of it. Man, it was delicious. Yeah, yeah. And, he says there's nothing as good as free advice. But we want to reinvent the wheel, Frank. This is one thing that you can absolutely take to the bank with vloggers. When they're showing you where they live, when they're telling you, straight up about these places, there's no need for me to sit here and nitpick the Philippines and pick it apart. I could go anywhere and do that. But when somebody's coming from America, England, or whatever, and they say, man, what's a good place to live? What's a good city for me to live? I'm going to give them the Expat Alley cities. Then once get your feet wet and start to settle down, then you can look around and say, okay, do I really want to live in BGC or do I want to try Dumaguete? But to live in one of these smaller places, man, I'm telling you from experience, man, don't do it, guys. Hey, what's up, Jerome? He said, big hello from Toronto, Canada. How's everything, brother Cal? Going good. Yeah, put in the comments where you guys are joining us from. He says, this is a great example of people not knowing what they don't know. Some of these guys have an idea in their mind of the life they want here, but they haven't thought it out clearly. Yeah, pay attention, guys. What we're doing, a lot of us, we're chasing the woman. Wherever the woman lives now, I tried to tell these guys, look, there's like several guys who follow my channel who live in Liloy, Zamboanga del Norte. I'm like, dude, why are you living there? Why would you move straight there? Don't do that.
Mommy needs a rag.
A rag? Oh, here it is. I'm like, if push come to shove, move to Dumaguete. Okay, that way, okay, you're a 3-hour ferry ride from the Polar. And then, push come to shove, because there's nothing there. They're following the woman. And then they're going to make you think they're happy. Because I don't want you to know they made the wrong choice initially. I'm not saying Liloy is unlivable, but you think I'm going to move from even Louisville, Kentucky, where I am, to Liloy? Crazy, man. And it has nothing to do with security and safety and all of that. There's nothing there. There's nothing there. He said, last night in karaoke, we saw a Filipino who came here from Baziland, which is near Sulu, yeah, and Tawi Tawi. I wonder how the hell she ended up here. You know how she ended up there. Yeah, Free Aircon, it's just a meeting place, man. It's a social place. And the Philippines is full of social places. I saw where John Smulo did a video on that. He did a great video on that, where he was talking about why the Philippines keeps on adding these social spots where they're disappearing in America. Because Filipinos are sociable, man. They like that kind of stuff. And this is something you can learn from them. Because I would rather sit into a mall than sit at home. People watch and all of that. Before you know it, you go to the mall. We went to the mall and did shopping for the kids. And, Merlin got a few things, got a haircut. Hell, we was in there for 3 or 4 hours before we even knew it. Yeah, it was good. I don't eat a lot. I just really eat the skin. you know, he said, "Gotta at least admit that the food outside the normal Filipino culinary is going to cost a premium." Well, not really. Not really. I mean, yeah, compared to the regular meals, but it's just the selection. When you go to these malls, you're going to get a big selection of food. And then surrounding the mall, you're going to have other choices. But for people to sit in front of a camera and say that the food in the Philippines is bad and they have a hard time finding food here, they're lying, man. We ate at Italiani's the other day in Bacolod. Now, what made me mad was this. Now, this is just like this isn't the regular Italiani's like over in Iloilo or in these other big places. This is a smaller one. And for some reason in Bacolod, it's like the people can't understand me for some reason. Because I had a couple of instances where this one particular, we ordered the same thing we always order. I always order the truffled chicken and mushroom pasta. And Merlin gets that seafood chipotle or something, whatever it is. But we always get the individual serving. You know, they got individual, medium, large. Well, the lady said medium. I said, no, individual. Well, guess what she did? She didn't bring us back the individual or the medium. She brought us back the large. And it pissed me off because it doubled. You know, I bought that BFF. Shout out to Richie Rich, who told me to, suggested I get that. You get 20% off any day, 30% off on Monday. Right, Rich? Well, anyway, it blew that out of the water. She doubled the cost of my order. But anyway, the food is delicious. It's hot. The service is good. But for people to say that, man, they're lying, man. They're lying. That's one lie, man, that I've always pushed back on. I'm like, you guys are crazy. Y'all saw when I was even in Boracay. Yeah. He said I didn't travel halfway across the world to live in the province. There's nothing wrong with the province later on. I'm saying initially. Don't do it. Don't do it, man. I don't care if you're a YouTuber and you're trying to do content. Don't do it. Okay? I'm sorry. He said, how much money do I need per month to live comfortably and above average? I would say $2,000, because you're going to have a woman. If you live by yourself, then yeah, $1,500. But if you want to live above average and you got a woman, you're just going to say $2,000, $2,500. I'm not saying that to discourage anybody. I'm telling you that, see, I started my channel 6 years ago. 6 years ago, you probably could do it on $1,000, $1,200, $1,500. But that was 6 years ago. Now you got, inflation's off the roof. We're in the middle of this war with Iran. The global economy's on the brink, man. So you got to throw all them numbers out the window right now, I'm saying. William Sykes. Because I'm talking about right now. We're not talking about what it used to be. We're talking now, the global economy's on the brink. With the Strait of Hormuz shut down, gas prices, everything's gone up. Certainly over here. You're going to have a woman. So I'm going to say 2,000, 2,500, and you ain't got nothing to worry about. You're living pretty damn good. Now, I know people are going to get on here and say, oh, I'm doing it for less. Well, you're getting less, too. A friend of mine sent me, I'm trying to think, who was this? Confident Voice Speak. Sent me a link. It's like a short video of what real money looks like in the Philippines. The food, See, most of us don't have the kind of money. The more money you have, the better infrastructure you have, the better food, the better everything. Most of us are talking out the side of our necks because we don't have the type of money that it takes to really see there's a whole other Philippines that you never even experienced. Yeah, you may be rich or considered rich to some of these locals, but there's people over here that got so much money, man, that you wouldn't even know. That's just the Philippines that you're locked out of, is what I'm saying. So people like us who are really middle class in America will come over here and try to put the Philippines down, not realizing, fool, you ain't even seen the Philippines for real. Hey, what's up, Awesome Life? But yeah, the mall is more than just a mall, guys. It took me a long time to figure this out. But it was just the other day, just Friday. Me and Merlin were sitting there in Starbucks and we said, hey, let's go to the mall. And I'm like, well, damn, I really like this. I really like hanging out at the mall because we don't have that here. You know, we're in Italians, we're eating good food, we're sitting around, people watching, like they talk about the aircon is good. It's all good, man. You know, it's a good way to pass time. He said, Metro Manila, you can go shoot pool, go bowling, play golf, party. You can do anything like if you do in the States. Thank you. He said, damn, Cal, you got me putting my chips away. Well, I'm saying you can, if you live in a place like San Carlos City, 1,500's enough. Even if you got a woman, because it depends, though, man. You know, it's just so hard to talk about these cost of living and, well, lifestyle choices because your cost of actually living, your living costs are going to be very small. Your rent, your food, your transportation, and your immigration. Okay, excuse me. Rent, including your utilities, right? Web, Weebla, is that what the Weblaffy, Web Laffy? It's when you get into the lifestyle, man, that you blow all that out of the water. Some people want to go to Boracay and Bohol and hang out at the mall and party and all of that. I know I do. What's up? Brock's Big Adventures. He said, what's up, Cal? I walk 6 miles a day. Yeah, I just came back off my walk. I took a shower and got ready for the live stream. There's not a day goes by I don't walk unless I'm out of town. And if I'm out of town, I'm at the gym. You know, people asking me, where was I? He said, yeah, you got a nice background. Man, that L. Fisher, you can tell at one time it was a 5-star. It's just dated. It's older, but they're fixing it back up. But that 4th floor is all of that. With the swimming pool, they've got those, those conference rooms that you can rent out, party rooms, a restaurant up there, the Cocoon Spa, the gym. He said, I've said it many times, logistics in the Philippines is a nightmare on Elm Street, but it depends on where you live. But yeah, it can be. I'm not going to push back on that. This is why I'm saying it's very important that you slide into one of these expat alley cities initially, just like Michael Beach of Life now. But he lived in a city now. But he moved into Cebu first. And then he moved into Bohol, a slower pace of life. But you lived in, how long did you live in Cebu? A year or something? Or more? I don't understand why you guys would do that. He said, being a CDL truck driver, I had to take a physical every year. Yeah, see? But here, most guys, we don't go to the doctor. Hey, thank you, Jeffrey. I keep forgetting a lot of times. Oh, here's Elad. Hey, Elad, can you hear me?
I can. Can you hear
Can you
me?
hear me?
Yeah.
Oh,
Welcome
I
to
can
the
hear like an
chat.
echo. Thank you.
Thank you.
What time is it there in Houston?
So right now
So
it's
right now it's
7:20.
7:20.
Okay, let me fix something real quick.
So
Okay,
I wonder,
there.
So I
am I
wonder, am I
echoing, Calvin?
echoing, Calvin?
No, you're straight. Well, I want to welcome Elad to the chat. I know that your mother is definitely sick. Is that what you were telling me before, Elad?
Yes.
Yes.
So she
So
has
she has
terminal
terminal
cancer.
cancer.
And
And
you've been
Calvin,
going back
I
and
didn't.
forth.
I did.
Yes.
Yes.
For like
For
three
like
months
3 months
now. And
now, and
then I
then
told
I
you
told you
I lost my
I
job.
lost my job.
Yeah, you
So,
told me.
So
yeah,
yeah,
I don't know why
I
am
don't
I
know why am
echoing.
I
I wonder.
echoing. I wonder.
Well, you're not echoing here. Now I can't hear you. Cut it back on. You're fine.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
You're
It's just
Right.
that
fine.
I
It's
can
just
hear
that I can
myself.
hear
So,
myself.
yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, but we can't hear the echo. But
Okay.
anyway,
Okay.
I know you told me you lost your job. You're trying to get back because you're in Houston. Your mother's in what? L.A. or San Diego?
San Diego.
San Diego.
Okay.
San Diego,
San Diego,
California.
California.
And Elette reached out to me. You know, she's a long time member of the Sunshine Shows community. She said, Calvin, can you reach out to the community and just tell them I need some help to go to see my
Okay.
mother in her last few days? Okay. Now, you got to know Elette to know that she's a proud woman. She would never come out and do that. So I said, hey, I'll ask the members. I sent you a little something. And
I
if
appreciate
you
that.
can put your cash up here or your Zelle or whatever it is, she just needs some help, guys. Her mother's in her last days. She don't have the money to get from Houston, Texas to San Diego, California to be with her mother because your mother's all you got, right?
It is.
It is.
She is.
She is.
And
And
she's
she's
trying to
trying to
fight, but I
fight, but I
mean,
mean,
Calvin, this
Calvin,
whole
this whole
experience is
experience is
just
just
it's new for
it's
me,
new for me,
right?
right?
And again, I
And
just want to
again, I
thank
just
you
want to
for
thank you
allowing me
for
to
allowing
use
me
your
to use your
platform to ask
platform
for
to
help.
ask for help.
So I do want to
So I
say
do want to
that.
say that.
Well, you know, I told you I don't have a problem because it's not like you're some type of, beggar or nothing like that. You just everybody needs help every now and then. You've never done this before in the 4 or 5 years you've been following the channel. And I don't have a problem helping people, certainly when I know it's legit. But you need to put it in the comments, your
I'm
Zelle
logging
I'm
in
logging
now.
in now.
and your Cash App. He
Okay,
says,
so yeah,
Okay, so
so
yeah,
I'm just
can we
gonna
have an echo on this side, Calvin? What are you talking about, echo? I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, okay. Y'all hear the echo? I don't hear it. They said they hear it. What I need you to do, Elad, here's what it is. Do you have YouTube on? Cut YouTube off. Cut YouTube off.
on my
on my
phone, turn it
phone,
off on
turn
my
it off on
phone.
my phone.
Well, for some reason they said you got an echo. I'm not hearing it. Oh, okay, I know what to do. Wait. Thanks, Cisco. I keep forgetting to do this. Wait. Let me. Elad? Elad? I've lost her. She's got to. I'm gonna have to remove her. I keep forgetting, Cisco. Whenever I have a guest on here, I gotta mute myself. Thank you. Cisco told me this a long time ago. But yeah, guys, this is Elad, man. And y'all know we don't ask for any help unless we absolutely need it, man. Elad is like Um, wait, wait. Okay, I know what to do, Elat. Wait, I know
Okay, what
what
do
the
we do?
problem is.
I can't. Okay, that sounds better on my end, but I can't hear you.
I have to I have to mute myself. Don't mess with anything. I'm the problem. Okay,
Okay.
so I'm gonna mute myself and you go ahead and talk.
Okay. And so again, just wanted I just wanted to say thank you to everyone for allowing me to ask for help, right? And yeah, this experience is definitely challenging. There's a delay in as I'm speaking, but yeah,
Okay,
I
Elat, but
don't
we
know really
need your
what else to
info.
say, Calvin.
We,
Just
we,
know
we need
that
your info. We need your information.
I'm doing it now. I'm gonna get ready to do it now. Um, so now
I'm not sure she knows I can answer that, Ray, but if y'all want to help her, man, just send what you can. I sent her $50. Um, we'll ask her that because I think she's got a slow signal. Oh, okay. Is this your cash app here? That's her cash app right there. Here's her cash app right here. Okay, let me let her back in. Is this
I'm
your cash
sorry.
app?
Yes, that's it. And I had to look it up on the phone, so I had to log out. So I can only do one screen at a time. So yeah, so Calvin, I'll just try responding to the questions via the chat um as much as I can, but hopefully the other part that I'm needing really big assistance with is lodging on that side, right? So my mother doesn't have a private room or anywhere that I can stay. Can you hear me? Okay.
I hear you, but
So
remember, I've got to mute. I've got to mute my
while I talk.
while you talk. So what I'm saying is, we need to know about how much you need or how much are you trying to raise. Not to say that we're going to be able to give you all of it, but we'll do what we can. But we just trying to get some type of figure.
Okay, so I didn't have like a particular number in hand. It was just whatever can help, then I would move with that. I didn't have any cap or anything like that. It just came on the top of my head to just ask Calvin to be asked, can I get help? That was it. I didn't put no whole lot into it. Um, but my Zelle is gonna be to my phone number. Is it safe to put the phone number over? It is? Okay. Um, and yeah, so anything I'm grateful for, I mean, just to be able to maneuver, and so what I am finding, Calvin, is that at the beginning of all of when this stuff started happening, I always kind of said I didn't want money or earning to be the reason I couldn't spend the last days with my mother. You understand? And so I kind of just lived on faith, right? Like just really just, and then I have my sister over there. And every time I'm over there, she's carrying me, right? Well, she's about to leave and go out of the country, and she won't be able to do that. So, where my mother's at right now is not a private room. So, I can't stay with her. But when she was at the military hospital, I was able to stay with her in her room. You know what I mean?
Okay. Is this your cash out? Is this your cash out?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, he said, don't put my phone number. Cisco said, don't put my phone number. Calvin, can you take it out? I don't know.
Well, I don't see your phone number. You didn't put it. You never sent it. So don't send it. But some people are trying to get to your Zelle. But so what are you trying to, what are you saying? Like 1,500, 1,000, 1,500 or something? Is that what you're trying to get?
For sure. Um, I know the hotels are pricey, but like where my mother's at, who asked where my mom's at? Cisco. So my mom's in Scripps in Chula Vista. We initially we were at Balboa, and for political reasons, I'm just gonna leave it at that. So like Scripps partners with like local hotels or Airbnbs or whatever. I'm just learning all of this. But the whole point, you guys, is that because I don't have somewhere to stay, I can't go and spend time with my mother. Because the plane fare, I got that part. I got the plane, I got the transportation, right? I got people helping me take care of my dogs. Because remember, I got 6, Calvin. I got 6. So I'm going to say, oh, I can't go because of this. I can't go because of that. I can't go because it, and I'm not doing it. It hasn't had to happen, right? So when I lost my job on Friday, Calvin, like within hours, I kind of was saying, I'll keep up with the chat. I was kind of saying I felt free. You know what I mean? It was like the time constraints that I had to be able to maneuver were now gone. Okay, they're gone with no earning, but I did file for my unemployment, right? So I just kind of keep moving, but I don't want to feel like I'm at a standstill because I don't have no money to get to my mama.
Okay. Contact me and I'll give you her Zelle. I'll give you her phone number. But I need you to send me your information if somebody wants to send it to you, Western Union. I've got somebody who wants to send Western Union. So send it to me in the WhatsApp.
Okay, what am I sending you? The phone number? The address?
I've got your phone number. Send me the information if somebody wants to send you Western Union, like your name, your address, and your phone number. Send it to my WhatsApp because there's a friend of mine on WhatsApp who's going to send you some money, Western Union.
Okay, so then I'm going to go ahead and log off. All right? Because I'm going to have to use the phone to be able to do this information. I'm not going to come back. I just want to thank everybody. I love y'all. Calvin, when I say I love you, you already know I mean that. So thank you again so much. I'll be here posted for a little while, and then I want to go to sleep. I'm emotionally exhausted. All right? Thank you, everybody. I love y'all.
Okay, guys, there's my email. If you want her phone number, if you got Zelle, and then she's going to send me her Western Union address. If you want to send it like that, Western Union, and then I'll put up her. This is her cash out. And, I just wanted to come on up for just a brief second to do that. That's her cash out. Yeah, I didn't even know they sent WhatsApp. I didn't know you could send money WhatsApp. WhatsApp is the cheapest? But anyway, guys, whatever you can do to help. You're not obligated or anything like that. She asked me could she come on and tell her situation. I said, okay. But let's get back to the to the live stream about why it's important to move into these expat alley cities when you first get to the Philippines, you first move to the Philippines, or you've never been here before. Because I know a lot of guys who actually live with their girlfriend's family in the province. You don't want to do that, guy. I mean, if you don't have no other choice, if your money is that short, I don't know if I'd be over here, man. I don't know if I'd be over here. I can't tell grown men what to do. I'm just telling you from my experience. I mean, it's okay to experience that type of life, for a week or two, but to live here like that, because of love, you claim you love her and all that stuff, man. You guys are crazy. But we do it, man. Love is blind, man. But we'll go over this again. If you're new to the Philippines, you plan on moving here, or you've never lived here long term before, because vacationing here and living here are two different things. We have that discussion all the time. It's always the vacationers who want to pretend like they're the experts. And they don't have a clue for real. They have no clue. You can do anything for 2 weeks. That's nothing. Try 2 years of living there in the province like that. Taking them cold ass showers. Going out, getting up in the middle of the night, either shitting in the bucket or going outside in the damn outhouse and taking a dump. That shit gets old real quick. But you guys, y'all always talk that stuff, man. Y'all supermen. See, they don't tell you that part. They just say, oh yeah, I live in the province. Go on Q's channel. And if you think I'm playing, I'm like, do you really think I'm going to get up in the middle of the night and come to this dark ass place, them big ass spiders and geckos and shit, okay, and pull my drawers down and sit on a porcelain bowl, and then you got to take the water and flush the toilet down? See, they don't tell you all this stuff. They just want you to, oh yeah, it's so peaceful out here. And then, you gotta, the mother has to get up extra early because she's got to prepare the charcoal or the wood. There ain't no stove out there to get the water boiling for your coffee. It's not like you can just wake up and there's that hot cup of coffee you need or whatever. He said, Zell's free. Yeah, it's really the best way to send it if you got Zelle. I mean, it's absolutely free. Yeah, just make sure you send it to the right person because, excuse me, once you hit send, it's gone. That's how I sent her the money I sent her. Hey, Michael Alexander, through Zelle. It didn't cost me nothing. Because PayPal, I'm going to tell you, man, PayPal is, that's run by Elon Musk, man. It's not because he owns it. Then long before Elon Musk, man, they scalping you, man. PayPal and all those places. But, you know, they got to get their money. Yeah, he said, yeah, a toilet without a seat. It's crazy, man. But they leave all that out. There ain't no toilet paper out there. You basically wiping your ass with your hand and then washing your hands. There are some advantages to living out in the province. You know, your cost of living certainly is going to be lower. But do you think, okay, if I'm a betting man and two guys come over here at the same exact time, one goes to the province, and one goes to the city, my money's on the city guy who's going to last longer. See? My money's on the city guy. Because I've stayed in the squatters area, I've stayed in the province, and I've stayed in the city. Give me the city all day long. But I can do the province, I can do the squatters area now because I know what to expect. You don't know what to expect. Everything's going to be new to you. When you see the rat running across the top of the ceiling, you ain't going to know. You're going to be like, what in the world was that? All you see is the tail of the rat flying. All you see is the tail going on the other side. And you're like, what in the world is that? A snake? No. He said, Sunshine Calvin, he says, 2,400 sufficient there? Yes, no, maybe. Yeah, I would say it would be. If you got 2,400 free and clear, I could say you could cut a life out for yourself over here. And see, when you think about this, this is why I tell you that it is cheaper over here in the Philippines than it is in America. Because people will argue with you about that. Imagine trying to live on 2,400 in America. You're going to need some type of help. The food and the rent is going to kick your butt. And then the utilities, in the wintertime, the gas and electric bill. He said, Cal, when I was in your guest house, I briefly yelled like a girl when a lizard startled me. I hope you didn't hear me. No, those are the little ones, though, man. They don't bother me anymore. I'm used to that. It's those big ones. Did you see my Facebook? Man, we got some big ones out here. I think I put it on my short. Man, those are the ones, they just so creepy looking. Yeah, but when you're in there, man, he said taking a shower. Yeah, he said, yeah, you're taking a pour. Yeah, it's not even a shower. I don't even know. Yeah, I don't know why I'm calling it a shower. It's not even a bath. No, I do know this. That's what I just said. Sir, I said with 2,400, you're going to need some help. Okay? Let me see. Yes, 100%. What are you talking about? But we don't want that kind of help, Josh. See, we know there's help over there. Here.
Thank you.
I mean, you're not telling us nothing new. You're too smart for your own good.
Daddy, I don't know your password.
They're going to pay you. You think they're going to pay your rent in a nice place? You sound stupid. They're going to pay your rent because you got subsidized rent, and they'll pay your utilities too. They'll subsidize that if you live in one of them boxes over there. We don't want to live like that. That's why we're leaving. If you want to go over there, you give that to the people who really need it. They're not going to pay your rent if you got $1,000 rent in some swanky place in Louisville, Kentucky. You got to be silly, man. Get off of here with that foolishness. Yeah, and then you got to meet certain income requirements, man. Who you think you talking to? We're not stupid like you. You sound stupid getting on here with that foolishness. Thinking they're going to help you, and you earning $2,400 a month or $3,000 a month. You sound stupid. Yeah, if you getting $1,000 a month, you might can get some help. That help is for the most vulnerable of our citizens. If you're a grown-ass man over there getting $3,000 on your Social Security and your retirement, they ain't got no help for you. Yeah, I need convenience. But after a while, when you ain't got no choice, you'll get used to that. Because, human beings, we get accustomed to stuff really quick after a while. But you're not gonna see the real Philippines, man. You're not gonna be able to really judge this place moving straight to the province. It's too many stories for you to even try that. He said, when I came home, I installed bidets in my bathrooms. Yeah, what a game changer. Thank you, because I'm going to make a video about 5 things that I do in the Philippines that I didn't do in America. Number 1 is I don't use toilet paper anymore. I use either the bidet or I use soap and water. That's something I learned over here. I was not getting clean, and neither are you. Number 2, I'm not going to give you the whole video, is I take my shoes off before I come in the house. That's automatic now. I don't care where I am. It's just a habit of mine. Even if I go to the guest house, I take my slippers or my shoes off. We don't do that at home. And you guys need to learn to do that here. It makes all the sense in the world when you think about it. You're not tracking in all that dirt that you've been walking around in outside. Don't track it into these people's house. If you got big coins and shit on your feet, get your feet done before you come to the Philippines. I'll just keep your socks on. But take your damn shoes off before you come in these people's house. Over here. He coming on here talking about, yeah, senior citizens. Yeah. Can get help. That's right. We're not like that. Do they give you help finding a woman too, Josh? He said, thank you, Mr. Cal. Yeah, I got to love your era. Yeah, you could easily do it here, but you're going to sacrifice a lot here. That Culver City is one of the cleanest places you ever go in the Philippines. It's quiet, it's safe if you want that. I was walking the other day. See, one of Marilyn's best friends is a police woman, and she's celebrating 21 years this year. And me and her were walking last week together in Center Mall, and I just asked her, because I never really asked her. I said, hey, what's crime like here? Is it safe here? And she said, yeah, but not at night in certain areas. She's saying that, robbery, because of drugs and stuff, is on the rise. But other than that, she was like, where you are right now, you don't have anything to worry about. This is the same lady. Remember they came after me and I had to go to NBI? Well, she took me to NBI. She talked to the man before I even got in there. She was like, I don't know uh, who sent you the email, whatever it was about this. This is a good man right here. He don't do nothing, you know. So police at that time, she had 17 years of service. For her to go speak on my behalf like that says a lot, man. I thank her every time I see her for doing that because she didn't have to do it. Yeah, there ain't no damn shower. Yeah, but he says, if you got a woman, if you're single, but hell, you don't even have to be single. If you got a woman, 2,400, it should be okay. Yeah, but we don't want to live like that. We don't want to live low level like that. Josh, okay? You made your point. We don't want to live in on senior high-rise places. Smells like diapers and all that old stuff when you walk in the door. It smells like a damn assisted living, a damn nursing home when you walk through the door. Man, look, I'm an insurance agent. I've been in those places for years upon years upon years. I certainly don't want that. Now, if that's all I can do, if I don't have no other choice, then yeah. But I'm healthy and I've got other options. I'm taking my 2,400 somewhere else. Okay, and then I'm gonna have a nice looking woman sleeping with me at night. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, that Alabang, he says, how's, oh, now I don't know about this play. I thought you were talking about Alabang. Well, Lady, now you gotta understand, Ormuk Lady is the safest place. It has the lowest crime score in all the Philippines. And it's a city of 300,000. Now, all those other places, I can't tell you. I've been to Ormuk for for the most part. I did go to Coben, but the weather there is just so, in Lady, you got to watch the weather. That's the only problem with Lady. That's Typhoon Alley. But for the most part, you're not going to have any problem. Yeah, they're not going to help anybody with $2,000 a month. He said if you got $1,000 a month. Well, if I got $1,000 a month, I'm going to try a man overseas. I can at least live in a condominium, a nice condominium. Yeah, I mean, you gotta meet all type of criteria. Then you gotta show your face. We didn't work all our lives to do that. Now, like I said, that's for the most vulnerable of our citizens, the disabled, the handicapped, the older Americans. You know, yeah, I don't wear any. I don't wear any. If I got on socks, I'll wear my socks. But I don't wear any kind of shoes in anybody's house. And it took me a long time to realize, like, why would they do that? It's the same thing your mother used to say. Take your shoes off, boy. Don't be tracking that mud in my house. It's the same principle. You be walking through all this stuff here, these roads and on the street, and then these grass and stuff. Hun, are they still cutting that grass? Are they finished? Are they finished out there? My God. What are they doing? Maybe I hired some people to cut the grass. There's a couple. And, they cut it with the bolo. And I'm like, well, damn, they should have been done. No, I see why. They're cutting it all the way down to the dirt. Yeah, they cut it all the way down to the dirt. But yeah, I don't wear shoes in anybody's house. He said, but you gotta be careful with the ladies in St. Carl City. They will break your neck. Yeah, while you're on the trike. So that's dangerous. Yeah, when Angelo came to see me, I think we were going, where were we going, to the grocery store? And when we saw a damn piece in the trike next to us, it went past us like that. Hell, Angelo almost fell out of the damn tricycle. I said, your girlfriend will kill you, man. And you start looking at these women. But see, Brother K, when he came to St. Carl City, he said, man, if I lived here, I wouldn't be single. He knows it. He knows his budget would be a whole lot more than 400. He said it. He said, I need more money if I moved here. He said, because the women were giving him a whole lot more attention than they do where he lives. Hey, what's up? He's watching from Camden, Delaware. Wow. Let's see. I think no, that's Blizz is from Connecticut. Yeah, thank you. Let's get back on the. Okay, so we went to Angelique City, Clark, Subic Bay. Then we went to Metro Manila, then Cebu, which is where I lived. I mean, I actually lived. You know, like I said, my ex-brother-in-law, the man who died, who was killed last night on his motorcycle, coming home, man, with his sister. We lived in Labangan, in Cebu for 2 years in they called it a condominium. Really, it was an apartment, but it's brand new. I love Cebu. It's got everything there you need. He says everything an old expat would need. Yeah, immigration, yeah, top-notch medical center, check. Entertainment, good internet connection, modern housing options, hospital, airport, all of that. Hey, thank you, man. I really appreciate it. We just do videos like this to help the new man and woman, to give them some kind of idea, because these YouTube videos are all over the place. Some people are saying, oh, you know, don't move to the city, the food is bad, this and that. But you've got people like Michael Beecher Life, Frank Tate, Ray. They've been over here, man. Richie Rich. These are the people you really need to listen to. You don't know how long these guys on these vlogs have been here, man. Some of these guys are new. You see a lot, okay, 1 month in the Philippines, them all reaction. Dude, you can't have no reaction to the Philippines after 1 month. I mean, you can, but it ain't gonna really add up to nothing. Yeah, the weather is too sketchy. Yeah, they're cutting it down to the dirt. And I wasn't expecting that. That's why it's taking them so long. Yeah, Bolo, yeah. No, they're not really. Yeah, if you're going to be in the water, if you're going to be somewhere near the beach or something, but if I know I'm going to be walking, I'm going to put on my shoes. That's why you pay $200 for those damn Hokas. But any other time, I bought me some good Havaianas. Is that how you pronounce that? Those slippers. They can't see you. Come on in here. Honey, see what them people are doing out there. They've been out there for too long. They're going too deep. Yeah, we got to pay them 2,000 pesos. Yeah, I wear flip-flops. He said your recent video, Paper Play is a Scam, is one of the very best advices ever. You have to underperform everyone. Take very seriously the bullet points in their video. But they don't act like I know what I'm talking about. We overperform for some reason. If you slow down, man, we are we don't even really know what we got, man. You've already put all that money up front. But you don't have to be a Superman over here. Underperform until you know what you got, guys. But they're not going to listen. They're not going to listen. They're trying to impress a woman who's already impressed that you done got your stupid ass on that plane and flew 20 hours. She's impressed. Trust me. Okay? You finally made it over here because all those other guys, they've been lying. I'm coming, I'm coming, I'm coming. They never come. So now she becomes the star of the show. It's her 15 minutes of fame. Oh, yeah. And she tells the family he's here. I'm meeting him in Cebu. He'll be here. You know, lechon for everybody. A beer for everybody. He said, nah. No, I was telling people that, he said, LOL in Calvin's video the other day, love is a scam. It sounded like Merlin held back. No, Merlin's here right now. She'll tell you, she don't hold back on me. I was just giving you, you know, this is what I'm seeing, living and experiencing. I see it. You know, this is what happened. When you give them everything up front, she ain't got no reason to. You've given her everything she's been looking for. So what's the reason now for her to perform? What's that? What are you looking at? Are they still out there, honey? See what they're doing. Because it's, I feel bad.
Mama give them a bread, bro.
She did?
Yeah.
I mean, they've been out there for a long time. The lady's bolo was only this little. But she'll probably cut your neck off with that thing. But the man had a real bolo. But his wife's was only, I mean, it was only this little. And including the blades. But no, really, Marilyn standing right here, she'll tell you. She don't hold back on me. I'm just telling the new man what to look out for. If the woman starts doing that. Because she's fat already. He said, Brother K must be walking around with his eyes closed. My wife is from Hagonoy, Bulacan, where he's staying now. So I don't know how he hasn't seen a 10 or 1 and 9 there. No, he didn't say that. He said he's getting more attention here. The women pay more attention to him in San Carlos. He didn't say there wasn't nice looking women there. He said that they paid more attention to him here than there. He said, hell, they hardly even give him a second look there. They were looking him up and down. Because remember, guys, I rolled out the red carpet for y'all. They see you with me. That's like, what? I'm co-signing for you. He must be a good man. He's with Calvin. See? Your stock goes up, man. You walk around here with me, they're going to say, yeah, he's a good guy. So they're looking like, yeah. Now, you going to bed? Are you going to sleep, Angelo? Because with me and Merlin, let me be quiet because her kids is in there. There's a difference. We go to bed, when we go to bed and then when we go to sleep. Okay. He said, what city would you live in if you had a heart condition? Cebu or Manila? He said, I need to be close to a good heart doctor. Yeah, well, Changhua Hospital in Cebu, and then Medical City, St. Luke in Manila. Oh, yeah, right. He says, I meant water shoes for the beach or rainy season. Well, certainly if you live in Luzon, see where Ray is now, it's raining. And Richie Rich and all them guys, because somebody looked at my video and they said, man, it's raining up here. it looks sunny where you are. I say, yeah, because the weather's different. Only time we really get a lot of rain is if there's a tropical storm in the Philippine area of responsibility. Just regular rainy season, man, we don't get a lot of rain. Look at it out there now. The sun is out. It's dry here. Yeah, take it slow. Yeah, it's over. It's over. Angelo ain't going to sleep. He's going to bed. They'll probably be in there playing with each other, listening to the live stream. Because Angelo's got a young woman. She ain't going to let him just go to sleep. Angelo's woman is what, 27 or something? Yeah, Angelo's woman's 27. How old is she? She's 27. I think she was 26 when she met us, right? She still likes a little action. She's not like that guy that married that 60-year-old woman. She must have been a damn millionaire. Yeah. I'm not going to marry no 60-year-old woman unless I'm 100. And then she'll be 60. It's crazy. Yeah, Clark, all up in that area is good. See, they think that Angeles City is just only for Walking Street. Man, that's no. Oh, we had a lot of leftover lechon, but it's gone. It was so much meat on there. I wish I would have took a video where they were cutting. It's just too much meat. And then we made, what they call it, Paxil, and that's gone. You make that with leftover meat and, everything. But hell. Yeah, so much meat. And see, remember, when you buy a lechon, you don't get the inside. All you get is the meat part. You don't get the ham and all of that, the ham hocks. You don't get any of that chitlins. They take all that out unless you buy one right from the farm and you pay somebody to skin it. Have you ever seen that? Have you ever seen them do it before? Pretty sure I Love Lechon has. Where they get that, they'll kill it. Usually they'll cut it under here. They'll cut it under here and just let it bleed out. And then they'll get that scalding hot water. And they'll take either a sharp blade and they'll skin it, man. Next thing you know, it's white. And then, of course, they'll stick that pole in between. Well, no, they'll cut it open. And they'll take everything out. And they'll make like, the liver. And they'll make like a stew with it. With all the other stuff, with the innards and stuff. And then they'll sew it back up. And then they'll start turning. It takes like 8 hours. But it's interesting if you've never seen that. Well, hell, I don't even know. What do we do with the head? What do we do with the head of that lechon? Cut it up so you use that too. Oh, the meat only. Because Michael B. Shalite said, give me that leftover pig's head. I'll make some legit sisig out of it. Hey, don't put that out there, Sincere. Yeah. I mean, Cisco. Yeah, they got the lechon. He said, if I make it another 25 years, man, don't put that out there like that. I'm just kind of sad because I know how much the guy. Y'all gotta understand when me in here, it's like it used to be in the 50s and 60s in America. When the man was, this man who died yesterday, he was so important to not only his wife and 2 kids, but they live way up in the mountains. He's the oldest. So he's in charge of, like, whenever they do some type of construction project up there, this is going to devastate them. They may never recover from this. I know how it's going to hurt them. I mean, they're so close, man, over here. When you talk about families, man, it just used to be like that in the 70s where I live. It's not really like that anymore. I mean, imagine this. Every last one of the brothers and sisters live right up there in that mountain, except for the sister who lives in America. The rest of them live right next to each other in that mountain province. He's coming home from work and gets run over by the bus. And some fool is sitting there with a camera on the bus, the other bus, takes a picture of him. I'm going to show you. They got him on the Facebook. Well, the motorcycle laying on top of him. He laid back like that, dead.
Where's Mama?
There.
Mama. Mama.
Yeah, they shave it. He said, yeah, some places sell the charm without energy. Yeah, I mean, if you get it right there in the province, and you can go get, I bought pigs before. I told you when I spent all that money, I fed a whole barangay down in Louisiana. I bought 2 pigs. They were alive when I bought them. Then they killed them, and they gutted them and made all the other stuff that you make out of it. What they call that when you use the blood? What's that called? Denaguan? Denaguan. But that's like chitlins. You can't eat everybody's denaguan. The denaguan that we used to eat in Sikihor, that's the best I've ever had.
I'm going to use the 500 here.
Yeah, for them,
Yeah.
they're finished?
Done, you said.
Okay. Well, just go out there. Yeah, they've been out there long enough.
I think the work is still not done yet.
Well, tell that man. Because that's really what I want. That around that tree. Is that 500? Okay. I didn't know it. Yeah, because what happened was I had hired, when I went to the store yesterday, there's this little guy who helps me with my groceries all the time. He asked me, he said, hey, can I cut your grass? And I didn't even know he even knew, he was just asking me because he ain't never been to my house. He didn't know that I need my grass cut. So I said, okay. Well, he shows up to my house, but he don't have no blade or nothing, right? I said, where's the blade? So he goes up to somebody's house to try to borrow their blade. Well, hell, they came back. They pushed him off to the side. So I gave him 100 pesos. And they's like, no, it's all right. We're going to cut this. We're going to make this money. Hey, what's up, Ron? I'm not going anywhere, man. Why would I live here, man? He said, when am I getting out of the Philippines? Watch this guy. I don't know what he's talking about. I got a 6-year-old daughter in there, man. What I look like? Yeah, but it just depends on who makes that denaguan, man. You don't eat that. You don't eat everybody's. Oh, you ate the wrong one. Because if they didn't tell you it was denaguan, it was pig's blood, you wouldn't know it. But you can't eat everybody. Whenever you get, okay, when, I'm trying to think. I was down in Zamboanga. And I'm trying to think, was it for Gabe's christening? I think it was my son's christening. where I bought the Lechon, but then, they're living in the squatters area, so you got all these people coming around. It's too many cooks in the kitchen. It's never gonna turn out right. Oh, absolutely it does. I was there yesterday. Absolutely. It's got everything, Beach of Life. He said, Cal, do you think Bacala qualifies? Absolutely it does. It's got the hospitals. It's got the airport. It's got the immigration. It's got the big malls. It's got everything. The infrastructure. Absolutely. Let me get back to my list. Cebu, so let's come on down. Dumaguete. Even though John died because when he went to Dumaguete, they didn't have a lot of experience with the stents. And he had to eventually go to Cebu where he was too weak by the time he got to Cebu. Dumaguete's got the hospitals. They're building a medical center, a medical city right now in Dumaguete. So they've got the hospitals, they got the airport, they've got the big mall, they've got everything, the infrastructure, they've got the entertainment. So yeah, Dumaguete certainly. Some of these places are better suited for the new man than others. If I'm a new man, I'm going to Angeles City, I'm going to Metro Manila, I'm going to Cebu. I'm not, Ilo, but we're going to go from we're going to go from Dumaguete to Bacala. I would move to Bacala if I'm a new guy. Bacala's got everything. The immigration's so fast in Bacala, even though it's an expat alley city, even though a lot of expats live in Bacala. I was there, man. I went there Thursday. I was the only one there. And this is a major expat alley city. It's not as big as Cebu. I would say it's if you look on the Google, I think it says it has 1 million people, maybe 800,000 or something like that. But I went right in there, man. It only took as long as it takes for you to fill out the paperwork. It's just one form. And then on the back, they ask for the reference, the name and phone number of a Filipino reference. I went in there, and you're out of there. I'm literally talking 5 minutes. Okay, the longest it took was me filling out the form. When I got there, they already was handing me back my change. I couldn't believe it. I didn't even have a chance to sit down, guys. It was over. He said, hey, Cal, I don't know how to use Cash App. I know how to send Western Union. I hope to get her address. Yeah, well, somebody put my email up there. Send me an email. I'll give you her address. Yeah, there's too many cooks in the kitchen, man. It didn't turn out right. All I ate was the lechon. I didn't fool with anything else. He said, I've only been to Bacala once and I really like it. Many great local eateries and chill spots. And, you got the colleges up there. Then you go over to Ilo. It's a whole other level. They've got everything too. He said Makati has all the traffic is terrible in Makati, just as bad as Manila. Yeah, but you can get around that for real. I mean, you're not always going to be in traffic. You're going to be doing something. You're not always going to be in traffic. I've already figured out Metro Manila. Once I go to a place, if I go to Makati, I'm staying in Makati. I'm not trying to go to Cavite or Paranaque and all that. So if I go to Paranaque, I'm staying in Paranaque. I'm not trying to move around. Because you don't have to. Yeah, here's my email. He said, Cal, is getting from Bacala to Ilo as easy as jumping on Ocean Jet. Absolutely. It takes about an hour. And they've got like 3 fast crafts. They've got the Ocean Jet. Then they got Weesum, which I'm scared of that one. It looks like an old, remember that old hot Oscar uh, Wiener commercial where they have the Wiener mobile? That's what it looks like. And then they've got Ocean Jet, Weesum Express, and then what's the other one? There's the Ocean Jet, and the other one's the only one I take. But then they've got the slow craft too. They got the Roll. If you got a car or a motorcycle you're trying to take over there. But it usually takes about an hour. He said, hey, Cal, is the weather safe in certain cities, your name? Absolutely. When you get up in Luzon during the rainy season, you're going to get rain. But then central Luzon, you're going to get the typhoon. Eastern Visayas region, Tacloban, Samar, you got to be careful. Lady, any parts of Lady. Yeah, this looks like that Oscar Mayer Wiener van that used to come around, and then you get on that thing, man. Good luck. But you know, people here, they just want first come, first serve. They'll get there, and if it's leaving, they'll get on it. I'll wait. I won't get on that thing. I rode it one time. It scared me half to death. If you get on a ferry and they start handing you out bags because it's going to get rocky and you're probably going to throw up, you know it's a bad idea. Yeah, it's a bad idea to get on that one. And the minute you get on there, they handing you them bags, plastic bags. Well, I like both of them, but if I had to choose, I would have to choose Iloilo because Iloilo is cleaner and it's not as congested. But either one of them, I would live. But yeah, if I had no choice, I had to take a choice because another reason I like Iloilo because they actually have a flight from Iloilo to Cebu. It's one of the shortest flights. It may be the shortest flight in the Philippines. From takeoff to landing, from gate to gate is 24 minutes. See, you can't fly from Bacala to Cebu. They'll take you to, I think you can't do it. The last time I checked. But I've flown from Iloilo to Cebu before. I've never been to Masbate, but I've seen it on the video. If it doesn't have everything that we said, if it doesn't have the immigration #1, guys, is what you're looking for. I'm telling you, because every 2 months you got to go to immigration. If you don't, if you got 2, 3, 4 hours to go, you're gonna get tired of that shit, man. You're gonna get tired of that. Immigration #1, airport #2. Hospital #3. The big malls #4. Other expats 5. No, Greg, he lives here. He never did. He was gonna move there. Oh, it does have all those things? Well, if it does, you're right. Because there's so many places, Mike. Remember, I met an American here a long time ago. He had been in the Philippines 22 years. He said, you only scratch the surface of seeing this place. And I know why he's telling the truth. I've been here over 17 years. I've only been to 18 islands. Let that sink in. Now you got to understand, yeah, there's over 7,500 islands, but 2,000 islands are inhabited. So there's 2,000 islands. I've only been to 18. Now, I don't know about Rojas, but I don't believe Rojas has immigration, do they? On the airport and all of that. I think you would have to go to Iloilo City. Because remember, Iloilo province is a big province. That's actually called Panay Island, Panay Island. That island that Iloilo is on. Yeah, there's no Bureau of Immigration, he said. So that disqualifies it. What's the closest place near there, Mike, where you would have to get your immigration? Because, you know, even though I'm going to Bacolod now, but I used to go to Dumagetti just to give me an opportunity to get out and travel. But, you know, that shit gets old, man. If you could just live in Cebu and just get up one morning like, okay, I gotta go renew my visa. It's no big deal. You catch a Grab, hell, some people even catch a damn jeepney. He said, I've been to 10 islands, and I've only been in the Philippines a total of 9 weeks. Yeah, but what happens is, I've been to those islands over and over. You just, you know, you get to a point where you say, well, the logistics, you know, you be like, do I really want to do I want to catch the plane? Okay, because if I can catch the plane to Manila, if I want to go to, say, Masasa Beach, which is really, really nice. I'd never heard of it now until Raymond went there and he sent me some videos and stuff of his beautiful place. Then I had to catch a bus all the way to Batangas and then catch a ferry from Batangas to Masasa Beach, which is, well, how long was that? Was that ferry ride, Raymond, that y'all took? See, that's what you have to take a look at. You know, remember there's only 71 airports in the Philippines. So at some point, you got to get on that bus or rent a van, or if you got a car, and that ferry. That's the reason why we haven't been to Surigao yet. I've got to go to Cebu and then catch the plane, which isn't far from Cebu to Surigao, or catch the ferry, which is 10 hours. Yeah, that Masasa Beach is all there. Raymond sent me some pictures. Him and his girlfriend went, and it's talking about nice, and there's nobody there. It's really a kept secret. Yeah, he lives there. I saw the video. He didn't look too happy when Beach of Life showed up. But Beach of Life is okay, man. Y'all ain't got to run from that man. Man, he ain't doing nothing, man. Beach of Life is nothing. I mean, not Beach of Life. I mean, the regular guy. When regular guy showed up, man, the regular guy don't really doing nothing, man. Y'all got those guys. Don't let them influence y'all, man. Man, you know. Now, what he's doing behind the scenes, nobody knows. Even the people who's turning him in, they don't know. And you certainly don't know. But y'all act like, oh, he's really a bad guy. Okay, when he showed up to that guy, I think that guy's name is Michael. See, here's what y'all don't realize. When that guy Michael, he used to be married to that woman Bianca, half Canadian, half Filipino. Remember, that channel was nothing. They came to my meet and greet in Iloilo when Philippines in Full Effect. Stephen and Bea, they set that up. We had it at the Bourbon Street Bar and Grill. He showed up and asked me, he said, hey, is it okay if we make a video about the meet and greet for their channel? They had no, was nothing going on. Now all of a sudden he's this big YouTube star. I bet if I showed up, he wouldn't even know me. I'm 100% certain if I showed up at that Viva, he would act like he didn't know me. And not only did we let him have make a video for content for that channel, We fed them. My buddy Alan, he picked up the bill for everybody. He said, I got it. I think he pulled out the black card, if I'm not mistaken. Alan ain't no joke. But Alan paid for everybody's food and drinks and everything. And it was a lot of people there. So I'm saying you got to remain humble. But yeah, he didn't look like he was happy when regular guys showed up. Well, he might be. If it is, he's smart. You know, it's a lot of entertainment involved too. But I think, people like following that drama. But ain't no reason if he showed up here, you think I would kick him out and be like afraid to be seen with regular guy? No. You been to 21 islands? Which islands you been to? Yeah, you don't want to be late on the immigration. But hell, you've been to 21 islands. Which ones you been to? I know you've been to Luzon. And up in Luzon, where else you been, Ray? Have you been to Cebu yet? Yeah, he said we'll be in Boracay for Christmas. I'm going to spend a whole month in Boracay. Maybe. See, I'm waiting to see if my son is going to come here, because his uncle died, and they may fly here. I'll get a chance to see my son, and then once I get to see him, I'm going to stay in Boracay for a whole month. You can't go to Boracay for just 1 week. I can't. It's not enough for me. And Marilyn can go if she wants. If not, I'm sorry. Yeah, the only place you can really renew your passport is in Manila and Cebu. This is a good question. These are only two. And when you go to renew your visa, unless you're using a visa, a immigration service like JRC or one of those, don't give those people your passport to keep. You got to give them your passport when you go to. When I went to Bacolod on Thursday, yeah, I got to give them my passport, but I'm right there. They give it right back to me. They don't keep it. You see the guy in the Pollock had that problem. They kept his passport for months. You don't want to do that. But he lives in the Pollock. It doesn't matter. Do not give those people your passport. They shouldn't keep it no more than a day or two. Anyway. You're talking about your passport. It's not something that somebody plays with. There was no reason in the world they should have kept that. They kept his passport for weeks, maybe months. But these guys try to be different, man. You're telling him like, dude, don't give up your passport like that. For no reason at all. Well, no, I'm probably going to be there before December. Hell, I'm talking about. See, they contacted me last night, and my uncle died. We may come there. They're waiting on the funeral arrangements and stuff because remember their family's very close. My son grew up around him. My son's only been in America for 4 years. He was 12 when he moved to America. Okay, it was 45 minutes. Oh, then you take a beautiful boat ride about 20 minutes. Okay. He said, I renew mine either in Robinson or, Des Marinas, Cavite, same day release. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You don't give up your passport like that. under no circumstances. I'm sorry. Like I said, well, she'll come. Hey, thank you, man. I knew this guy personally. That would be like Marilyn's brother that does all the work around my house, Dan. Except this guy was a whole lot shyer. I mean, they stayed up in that province, man. He built his own house. It's good to devastate the mother and father. I mean, that's super close. See, I helped retire his father because when my son was living up there, I was giving my, of course, money for my son he's talking about 15,000 pesos a month. There's a lot of money over here. And then whatever their daughter was sending from America, he retired. So he could just stay up there with his family. But this was his oldest son. Absolutely I am. I'm getting ready to start it. It's like you read my mind. Because I got on the scale in Bacolod. And I'm at 96 kilos, which is probably a little bit less because, I'm already wet with sweat and I got my shoes on. But that's too heavy for me. He said, what's to do in Boracay? Well, I just like to, there's a lot of stuff that you didn't do then. They got a whole other side now, Picasso Green. 5 days is not enough, man. They got a whole other side. They call it the New Coast. But it's just being there. It's just being in that environment. That beach environment, man. We have an affinity to water, man. You're 75% water. I remember I went to Cancun, Mexico, and I got up in the morning to go jog. I used to jog in the morning when I was in my 40s. And I just saw people out there, Mexicans. They were just standing on the beach looking out toward the water. And I was like, what in the world are they doing? And it just hit me. They're sort of like meditating, praying or something. It's like a ritual for them. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Imagine going to Boracay. If you don't know what it's about, you're wasting your time then. This is the thing with Americans, Cisco. I did a video on this a long time ago. We don't know how to relax. Americans don't know how to relax. We got to be doing something. Imagine going to Boracay and saying, what's there to do in Boracay? Relax, dummy. Just relax. Kick back. I don't know what's going on with my camera. That's not an intelligent question for Picasso Green to ask. But Americans, we don't know how to relax. We have to be doing something. And this is why a lot of people don't like the Philippines, man. The Philippines is a chill place for real. It's not a whole lot of action going on, and like you like to, they just had a half Iron Man contest in Cebu last week. Unless you're running marathons, hiking, and different things like that, man, the Philippines is like a chill place. And people don't know what to do when you get over here. It's like, well, what am I supposed to do? Man, kick back. Get you a damn hammock and sit there with a book and listen to the waves crashing the beach and get that breeze coming off the ocean. That's what it's to do there. But we always got to be doing something. So we missed the point altogether. It took me a long time. Oh, what's your name of those? They've gotten rid of those coconuts. You get hit by one of them coconuts, them trees are so high, you're going to die. Hey, thank you, Hitman. Yeah, you live over here. You know how close families are here, certainly in the province. I mean, it's shocked. I mean, they're shocked. They're devastated. Their family will never be the same. With him dying like that so suddenly, that's what my son told me today. He said it was just so sudden. Nobody, it was out of the clear blue sky. Those are the worst kind of deaths, man. You don't see it coming. It's not like he was in the hospital sick with stage 4 cancer for 2 or 3 months. No, he's on his way home from work, working hard all week in Cebu, and gets run over by a bus. Yeah, I don't know. That's a crazy question. He says, well, what's to do in Boracay? Just being there is enough for me, man. I'm telling you, if you come to the Philippines, man, Boracay is a must-see place on the planet. It doesn't matter if you're in the Philippines. I'm talking about on the whole earth. If you could just spend a month there, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to spend a whole month there. Man, Boracay is all of that. He said, yeah, I can sit at the pier for hours doing nothing. I know I can. When we lived in Siquijor, man, that was, man, my dream come true. But yeah, okay, so we had left Iloilo. Now we got to go. We never, there's a couple of cities I never put on my, I forget. We're going to Lady now. Ormoc City, even though Ormoc doesn't have the immigration, so you can't, that can't be considered an expat alley city. But Tacloban, yes. They got immigration, they got the airport, they got the big malls, they got the hospital, but of course they got the weather too. But Ormoc, you can't say because there's no immigration there. If you live in Ormoc, you got to go all the way to Tacloban, which is 2 hours away in a Vihar. So it's even further on the bus. But Tacloban, yes. Yeah, he said, yeah, it's a top 2 destination in all the Philippines. You want a rubberneck, yeah, that's the place. Yes, people from all over the world come to Boracay. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Oh, man, what are you talking about? So many, they've got a damn bubble. Well, they even got that in Bohol and Siquijor now. They got them bubble parties now. He said, that was my favorite thing to do in Siquijor, just laying the hammock on the coconut trees. Yeah, that's all I do. That's what I want to do. I didn't come here to run around and, I don't know. He's true right here. He said, Cal, wait, where is that? Oh, here he said. I couldn't agree more, Cal. I said, I don't know why as Americans we don't know how to just chill and relax when on vacation. We've always got to be doing something. It's in our conversation. Well, what's it? That's the first thing they ask. Well, what's it to do? Nothing. You're on vacation. Don't do nothing. If you like to drink, look, the thing about going to like places like certainly Panglao Beach, White Beach in Boracay, they've got bars right on the beach. If you like to drink, man, you sit there on the beach, man. What more do you have to do? Watch the people go by. Watch life go by. You hitting all the sights and sounds of the beach. That's what you do. Yeah, he says, but I always got to be busy. Yeah. And I get women with that mindset, but not as us men. I don't get it either. It took me a long time, man. I was over in Sapaway Island, and it just hit me. Like, we don't know how to relax. We don't know how to do nothing. I'm like everybody else. When I first came here, and I was seeing people sitting back in hammocks and chilling out at the bus stop, I was like, what's going on with these people? Are they lazy? Get on up, grown man, and go get you a job. Not realizing people that already got out from work They're relaxing. We just come over here we're so high strung, man. We can't relax. What? Did they get out? They get around that tree?
You can see.
Well, that's okay. I don't want to work them to death. He said another best kept secret is Alabajan Island. 12 hours travel. Wow, no airport. You need to drive a hard driver. That was a blast. I know most of you would never go there. Yeah, see, this is what I'm saying. Some of these places, you only can get there by van or bus or car. If you go to Glen in Serengeti province,
Pareho ko sa utan.
you fly into General Santos, then you got a hard van. Ride the V-Har with everybody else, and it's about, 45 minutes to an hour south of there. He said, I actually went to Grover Washington's house after he passed away. One of my coworkers knew him very well. He was young when he died, 50, I think. Okay, but we're leaving to Clover. Now let's go down in, because people live in Mindanao, whether, we're not going to argue about how safe it is and all this and that, because there's probably just as many expats who live in Mindanao, second only to how many live up in Luzon. But Cagayan de Oro, it's got everything. It's got the immigration, it's got the malls, it's got the airport, it's got it all. But you're in northern Mindanao, and just hearing Mindanao scares people. I've been there a few times, man. I've got a real good friend, Claude. He's a pastor there. Him and his wife Jennifer, and he built his own house. He's like a contractor in America or something, and he hired his own crew. And man, they got a beautiful home. He built it himself. It's huge too. But anyway, that would be the only reason I would go. I'd probably go to visit them. I don't think I'd just go there anymore. But Cagayan de Oro, then of course you got Davao. He said, actually, what's he say? He said, what's the biggest difference between transport in the U.S. and the Philippines overseas, huh? Well, like I said, for the most part, the roads and, the logistics aren't so bad because the places aren't as far away to get to. I can fly from Louisville to Detroit, or Louisville to Chicago, or Louisville to LA. That's the difference. And I'm not used to riding the ferries in America. The Philippines is islands, man. They're different islands. A lot of times, the only way you can get from one place to another is through a ferry. It's like if I'm going to go to Cebu Island, I can't fly there. I've got to go down here to the pier, and it takes about an hour and 30 minutes on the light ferry. The only light ferry. That's the only way I can get there. And, same way. I can't fly from here to Iloilo. I can't fly from Bacala to Iloilo. I got to get on that ferry. That's really the biggest difference. Because everything else is really basically the same. They got airports there. They got buses in America, vans and all that. But it's the ferry system. Yeah, we're not saying just to relax, but that's one thing that I certainly have to relax. But you got to understand, you're on vacation, Cisco. We live here. It's a difference. When you come over on vacation, you ain't going to be able to travel around a whole lot of different places. Not if you're going to enjoy your vacation, you'll be worn out. If you come here for 2 weeks, a month, or something like that, Man, you better find one place you trying to go to, one or two places at max. You know, I understand what you're saying. That's not what we're talking about. If I'm coming all the way from America and I'm going to Baraka, yeah, I'm gonna do something. What was it that they want? What did y'all do? They were you know, they've got the surf. You can surf. They've got that. They've got the party boat now out there. You know, where you can go out and get on the boat and party. They go way out in the ocean and they got a big ass boat. And they party, you know. They got that. They've got the parasailing, island hopping. They got all of that. But for the most part, Americans, we don't know how to relax. Yeah, Geechee Land lives in Davao. And then, of course, another place people don't really talk a whole lot about is General Santos. It's really nice there. But you don't see too many expats certainly vloggers, who live in General Santos City. They've got everything. I had a guy from Australia who came to visit me here in St. Carlos City, him and his wife. And he said the biggest mistake he made was moving from General Santos to Dumaguete. He said because he was listening to these vloggers. He was like, well, hell, maybe Dumaguete's better than General Santos. He said, Cal, was the biggest mistake I made. He said he even lived in Bangkok and Pattaya, but the problem was getting a visa for his wife. He's got a retirement visa in Thailand. He said, I'm going back to General Santos. To him, it's the most livable city in all the Philippines, he said. He said it's got everything there, and he's right. I like General Santos. And one place that you people will never even consider, but I'm telling you that it has everything, Zamboanga City, down in southern Mindanao. You guys would never even consider going there, but I don't know why. Yeah, there's got a history there, but the government's cleaned all that up, man. Zamboanga is like, you would be shocked now. When I went to Zamboanga for the first time in September 2010 to now, it's like a whole different city. They've got 2 SM malls now. One is just the big, gigantic SM mall, which they didn't have at that time. They got a KCC mall, which is a big, huge mall. They had none of that when I was there. They've got the beaches. They've got everything there. Immigration, airport. And you've got quite a few expats that live there, although the only time you're going to see them is when you go to immigration. But they're there. Zamboanga is really a best kept secret in the Philippines, you know. But for obvious reasons, I see why, you know, people don't move there. I mean, you know, because, like I said, the government's cleaned it up, though. But at any time, something could pop off. But that's anywhere in Mindanao, really. But go to Zamboanga one time. Just go unannounced. Don't let nobody know you're going. And you're going to see it. It's better than living in Dumaguete. It's a bigger city than Dumaguete. It's more to do there than it is in the Dumaguete. He said, I'm coming there November 1st. Sit on a rail. Yeah, drink beer and eat seafood. But this is a place to do that, man. The Philippines has so many places where the one thing that the Philippines does not get enough credit for is the peace and the serenity here. There's places you can actually go here, man. This is one of the reasons why, you're never going to get an argument with me about the numbers being down, the tourist numbers. But let me tell y'all something why that's kind of misleading. Okay, when you talk about how many people, let's take Vietnam. And you see all the numbers, right? But what y'all don't understand, y'all fail to realize is there's no retirement visas there. So all the expats there are on tourist visas. So let's be conservative and say there's 1 million people who are living there, which there's more, by the way. Let's just say 1 million. Well, every 3 months they have to leave. So when they come back, every 3 months, that's 1 million new visitors that they're putting on their books, guys. Those numbers are misleading. So that's 4 million tourists every year from that same 1 million people. You see what I'm saying? They got to leave every 3 months. So that's 4 times they have to leave every year and come back. That's 4 million. So let's say it's 2 million. Now you got to put 8 million on there. Because not only that, they leave every 3 months, but their land, you can get to Vietnam from another country by land. You can't do that in the Philippines. The Philippines, the only way you get here is through air and through sea. It's not connected to any other country where people are making visa runs like that. That adds a lot of numbers that adds a lot of people to the numbers. They're misleading. But this is one reason why you don't get a pushback from me. Okay, the Philippines got 5 million. I don't have a problem with that. Because most of those people are congested into these expat cities. Once you go outside of these cities and you go to some of these places, man, you literally there by yourself. Absolutely. Absolutely. Man, some of you guys have never been to Zamboanga City. You won't even think to go there. But if you go there, man, you'll be shocked at what's there. I lived there on and off for 10 years. It's not a secret to me. But to most people watching, they wouldn't even think to go to Zamboanga. They don't realize, man, that's a 100% legitimate expat alley city. That's just sitting there. Basically untouched for real. The only time that you meet those women, you fly them to Cebu because it's only like a 45-minute flight from Zamboanga City to Mactan. It's literally from gate to gate is 45 minutes. I told a guy, he met me there one time. I didn't know he was going to be there. He said, I watched your video about Zamboanga. He said, well, let me go check out Zamboanga. So it's me and my son, me, Gabe, and the guy I told you that stabbed me in my back. Okay, the guy I met, he's from California. I met him. He went to Zamboanga to meet some woman. It didn't work out. So I kind of took him under my wing. Well, I'm there with the dreamer, my son, and him, right? But anyway, we're in Burger King in KCC Mall eating, and somebody tapped me on my shoulder. It was a guy. He came to my meet and greet in Cordova. He said, man, aren't you Sunshine Shows? I'm here because you told me to check out Zamboanga. And I was like, yeah, man, it's nice down there, guys. Just go down there one weekend. You're going to be shocked. And then go to like Paseo del Mar. Then they've got that, Paseo del Mar is all these outdoor restaurants and bars that are right there on the ocean. And then you can take like a 10-minute boat ride to, what's the name of that island with the pink sand? But anyway, Zamboanga is all that, guys. Go down there and like he said, you talking about guys say, oh, does the Filipinos have the TNA? Yeah. But like I said, they cleaned it up. All of Mindanao has level 3, Ray, except those areas that have level 4. But excuse me, do you realize that Davao has a level 3 travel advisory? Anywhere in Mindanao. Anywhere in Mindanao. Oh man, it's beautiful when you go there. You know, Davao is one of the safest places. It used to be one of the safest places in the world. But what people don't understand is those mountains surrounding Davao. Shit, you better be careful. Duterte cleaned up the city, but the outskirts of that place, north or south, man, you better be real careful. A lot of you guys don't know that. Absolutely. Oh, absolutely. Okay. Anywhere really in Mindanao, you go to CDO. Hell, you'll see that. Yeah, but Zamboanga is one of the best places that nobody talks about. Okay, it really is one of the best places nobody talks about because they don't go there. They think it's so dangerous. They don't realize that the government's cleaned it up, man. That siege, the problems that they had in Zamboanga, that was 2013. You ain't even heard a peep out of Zamboanga since then. Nothing. Yeah, see, this is facts right here. Until they got the go ahead from the government that it was okay, not only did they build one mall RV, they built another one. They built like the regular SM, but now they've got like the SM City, the real huge SM in Zamboanga. They're not going to do that, guys. He's telling the truth. This is a Filipino man right here. He knows what he's talking about. So I'm telling you, man, just to check it out. Go down there one time. Don't tell anybody you going. Just catch the plane down there. If you're in Cebu, it takes about an hour from Manila. And just go down there and hang out. You'll be shocked. You'll be like, man, I'm thinking about moving here. But it's just some place that you would never think to go because you've heard all the bad stories about it. You got to understand something. Remember I told you I was safer than Elliot Eastman. Elliot Eastman lived out in the province somewhere. You a sitting duck in the province. Plus he's dealing with somebody's ex. You know, those are real Muslim people there. They're not playing with you, man. You can't come in there and pretend to be a Muslim. You know, and the police told him. You know, I never blame the victim, but it's another thing when the police tell you, look, man, your life's in danger. You need to get out of here. They told him that. He didn't leave. But he was a whole lot more at risk than I was. So Leia, where's that? But then, let me see. Did I miss somewhere? Let me see. In Mindanao, CDO, Davao. Oh, yeah. I forget. Well, I don't know if Iligan. Does Iligan have an immigration? I don't think so. I think if you're in Iligan City, you have to go to Cagayan de Oro to get to extend your visa. But Osama's city, I'm almost sure that's a expat alley city. I always forget about it down in Mindanao because they've got immigration. They've got an airport. Osama's. I don't know why I always forget that place. But yeah, if you want to go down to Mindanao that like that, it's just that I've just gotten to the point now where I really do listen to the State Department. They do know what they're talking about. And unless you're going to go to some place, if you're going to go to a place that's level 3, which level 4 says don't go, level 3 is reconsider. You just can't you can't blame anybody if something does go wrong. He said, so Philippines, Thailand, then Philippines. You can do it all over here. Vietnam too, Cambodia. It's all so close. Taiwan, people don't talk a lot about Taiwan. Hong Kong. Remember cars that used to come? Yeah. Thank you, Beach of Life. I knew I was forgetting somewhere. Butuan is an expat alley city here in Mindanao. They got several in Mindanao. It's got the immigration, it's got the airport, it's got everything, the big malls, expats. That's another place a lot of people don't talk about. Because they kind of keep quiet down there in Mindanao. But it's come a long way. Mindanao's come a long way. It's not the Mindanao when they kidnapped those Germans from Palawan in 2001. It's not that Mindanao anymore. But they haven't taken that level 3 off. Until they take that off, I'm kind of, I've never, because let me say this, I've awakened to that. I didn't used to take the travel advisory serious. I do now. Oh, it is? Okay, yeah. Well, Illegan too. See, it's a lot of places then in that are expat alley in Mindanao. But the only thing about Illegan is just it's close to those spicy places, man. It's close. If you look on the map, it's close to Maguindanao. It's close to Marawi. It's close to Lanao del Sur, which is where this is places you never really heard about. These are Maguindanao, Lanao del Sur, man. You've heard of Marawi. But Maguindanao and Lanao del Sur, they're just as dangerous, man. And that's when you start kind of overlapping, and especially when you start riding these buses and stuff, and you going in and out of these places, you don't even really be knowing it. Like North Cotabato, South Cotabato is pretty safe. It's basically right next to General Santos. But North Cotabato is where they have a lot of them clan fights. Where hell it happened a couple of years ago where hell 7 motorcyclists were killed on the spot. A truck pulled up, one of them trucks, and some men came up with automatic rifles and killed 7 motorcyclists on the spot from a rival clan. That's the type of stuff that happens in North Cotabato. You have to be worried about. That's where that Italian priest was killed. But I think he was sticking his nose into environmental issues and stuff down there. There's a whole lot of places here in the Philippines that you don't even go to, you don't even hear about. And you won't really know until you get boots on the ground and you've been here for a little while. Yeah, because, I mean, it's one thing about, remember the Philippines is like a community. Even the police, man, the police know who's committing these crimes. The police that I tell you that is one of Marilyn's best friends, she could tell you all kinds of stories. They know who's doing this stuff. If she came to me and said, hey, Cal, you know, you need to leave. There's word that, you know, they're coming for you. I'd be gone before she could finish talking to me. I'm already packing. They've got their finger on the pulse here, man. They know what's going on. If the police ever tell you something like that, guys, you need to, you know, heed their advice. If they say you safe, then you safe. If they say you need to get out of here, you need to get out of here. They told him. They came to him like, dude, there's talk that they're going to come and kidnap you. And that's exactly what they did. Yeah, I've been to Butuan many times. But I always forget that. No, it keeps a lot of people away from Mindanao. My first trip to the Philippines, a woman was telling me about Mindanao, but I wasn't listening. Because she was saying something like, what did she call it? Salvage is what she said. They'll salvage you down there. I didn't know what she was talking about. But that means cut your head off and they'll find your head in one place and your body in another. Now remember, this is 2009. She said, yeah, stay away from Mindanao because they'll salvage you down there. And I was like, what the hell is salvage? And I'll be damned, the next woman I met lived in Mindanao. And she's telling me, oh, don't worry. You don't have to be afraid. No one's going to bother you. And hell, we flew in from Cebu to Butuan and then rode the bus another 8 to 10 hours to wherever she lived, deep in the province of Mindanao. Okay. Hey, what's up? Yeah, let me get out here, guys. It's Sunday. You know, we go to the store on Sunday. And, I haven't eaten breakfast yet. I'm skipping breakfast today only because I went walking and it wasn't going to be done in time. Yeah, the police ain't no joke here, man. They really know what's going on. If they tell you that you're not safe, you're not safe. I don't know what his problem was. He was young, you know, and like I said, I'll never blame the victim. But I'm telling you guys, if the police here tell you, give you some advice, heed it. It's not like the police at home where the police at home, they're not, you know, in tune with the community. We don't like the police where I'm from. It's not like that here. The police here, they're just people who just happen to be police. They don't become something totally different when they put the uniform on. They're still Dong and they're still Maria and all that. They know what's going on here, man. They're in touch with the community. The police in America are out of touch with the community because once they put their uniform on, they become something else. It's not like that over here, guys. If somebody tells you something, a police, you better heed it. He says, are the women more attractive? They just more, it's not that they're more attractive, they're just more shapely for some reason. You know, they call Zamboanga Philippines Latin city. That's why they speak Chavacano down there. It's the only place in the Philippines where they speak Chavacano. It's like a mix of Filipino and Spanish. But yeah, you'll see a whole different situation down there. And the people really are sweet there. I mean, you're going to see it's a different place, man. It's like you're in a whole different place. I'm just telling y'all that if you've never been there, just go there one weekend. I'm not telling you to live there. But it's an expat alley city that people very seldom visit, because of the reputation and everything. But okay, guys, thank y'all so much for all y'all support. And I appreciate if y'all do give Elat some help. I sent her $50. That's really all I had. But I would have, I'd have sent them more. But I've got to send my son money now to come here. I think they're going to come here. So I got to buy his ticket for him to come here. And, it kind of, took some money out of my kitty. But take care, y'all. Stay safe. Stay out of trouble. I'll see y'all next time. Don't do anything stupid.